Well, good morning. Today I'm going to discuss or show you how to do cleanup on your turnout, and I'm also going to show you how I weather my turnouts. Again, take what you will from these lessons and apply it to your own layout. I don't have the gospel truth on all methodologies. There's other way of getting things done, so whatever you find useful from this series, take it and use it and have fun. So anyway, let me go ahead, zoom in. Now when you've got your turnout and all your PC ties soldered together, there may be some cleanup you'll want to do. Areas where the solder kind of how do I say it, leaks over the side, falls over the side of the PC tie, so it looks uneven and irregular, or you got really big globs out there on the PC ties. We want to file those down a little bit. Some of you out there may have better soldering skills than I, and so this step of the job may be fairly minimal. This is what I'm going to spend a little time doing, looking for some of the uglier soldering blobs of solder on here. I'll take this file. For example, right here I have some solder that's sticking out over the side of the PC tie, so I'm just going to get in there and just file it away. Kind of clean that up right there, and there may be some globs of solder that stick up a little too much. You want to make sure you go over your turnout with, if you have it, a six-wheeled truck, and also your test car. And this is code 55 rail. It's low profile, and so the flanges on the locomotives are going to be a little bit deeper than the low profile flanges on that are available for your cars. These are micro-engineering low profile wheel sets. So if you have a piece of rolling stock or that has a little bit deeper flanges, you'll want to go over your turnout and make sure that none of these bumps of solder are interfering with the flanges on the wheel. So let me go ahead. That looks actually fairly clean. So you may want to see if there's anything that look a little bit unsightly, and just kind of go over them with the file like that. If you have some of them sticking up, if you have some of them really sticking up high, you just kind of file the worst of it down flat like that. And just go over it and do some basic cleanup. Now what I'm going to use for weathering this rail is a micro-engineering rail weathering solution, and you may wonder whether that stuff actually darkens the solder, and this is where some of you may part company as to how you weather your track. You may prefer to use the spray airbrush. That's what I was looking for, right term, airbrush, to do this. I've never, for some reason or another, I don't even own an airbrush. Let me put it that way. I've had, there's been many times where I thought, gee, I think this year I'm going to buy an airbrush, and there was something that always intervened. You're probably familiar with those kind of somethings, like car payments or bills that come up, or such nice things like food, clothing, and shelter. Those kind of get in the way sometimes. So for the most part, getting an airbrush has always been a low priority. So essentially what I do, I put the soak this in rail weathering solution and whatever can turn black does, you know, in the exposed rail. And anything else, I go over it with a brush, the shiny parts, and some flat black paint mixed with a little red to make it kind of a reddish kind of black. And that's how I do it. So if you have an airbrush and would prefer to do that, then that will be the way to go. One of these days I'll get one of my own. So, but that, who knows? Could be this year, could be 3 or 4 years from now. So anyway, back to this turnout here. Trying to file down some of these blobs of solder so they're not so conspicuous. Oh, and I have my fingers in the way too. Bad demo. Bad demo. Okay.